Oh, hey everybody, it's Great to Noah here. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be talking about the frustrations that exist within the One Piece TCG community. And I'm going to give you some reasons why that frustration exists and speculate on why those reasons exist. And I'm going to give you a tough pill to swallow that might help ease that frustration. Some of you will be mad about that, but that's okay. I love you nonetheless. And lastly, I'm going to tell you how the issue at hand could be resolved. Let's jump into it. One Piece. I've heard a lot about you lately. Not necessarily good things. People are not happy. Not been in One Piece since OPO2, and prices are generally, for the most part, higher now than ever. Some cards there are a little bit less. Like Queen. Like Queen. It really sucks when a new set comes out. And one card is $1,000, a Zoro SP, for instance. And it really sucks that you can't go to the store and buy packs. And it sucks that you have to pawn off your third child for that sweet, sweet hit of cardboard. I've had to do that like 12 times now. He's back, don't worry. People are frustrated because of these reasons. And they're frustrated because they want cheaper prices. But why? Why is the market crazy right now? Is it Poke Bros, which, by the way, I hate that term. Is it your next door neighbor, Jimmy? Did he buy 15 copies of Queen? Friggin' Jimmy. I mean, here's what I think. You've got One Piece, which is a huge IP. It's one of the biggest in the world. If you looked at how many copies that One Piece has sold, it's an incredible number. More than Batman. I think Oda's like the #1 highest seller for a single series of all times. Something like that. I mean, you've got people who are in it just for investing. People who own sports teams are probably into One Piece. They were into Pokemon. I'm sure they're in One Piece at this point. And you got people who are scared. They don't think they'll be able to buy this card ever again. They FOMO, and the prices are already high, and they go higher. And then let's not forget the scalpers. I'm sure they do exist, but I don't think they're as big of a problem as what people make them out to be, because there's just such a little supply of One Piece out in the wild. And this is something that I'm adding to the whole collection here. I think people from foreign countries are probably somewhat heavily investing into One Piece. They did it with Pokemon, so maybe they're buying it not because they're just investing, but they actually like it, and that's fine too. I mean, whether you like it or not, if you live in the US, like me, it is a capitalist country, and guess what? The market's global. People can come in from other countries and buy stuff. People can do a whole bunch with supply and demand. You got to deal with it if you live here. That's just the way it is. So all those reasons just add up to some frustration that people have. I get it. I can get frustrated too. But here is a pill to swallow that might ease that frustration. One Piece is just a luxury. I mean, trading cards in general, they're a luxury. They are not a necessity. You do not have to collect. You don't even have to play. And no one out there has more of a right to buy cards than someone else. And yeah, I get that you want to do these things. I do too. And product availability and prices do limit us greatly. But we shouldn't forget that we can't control a luxury item, and we really shouldn't revolve our whole lives around it. I'm saying this as a person who's been collecting cards for over 5 years at this point, starting with Pokemon, going into One Piece. I've played both games. I love them. I've competed nationally, internationally. Not that I'm any good, but I've had a lot of fun with it. And even though that's the case, I don't feel like I have an inherent right to do those things. I just think it's been, fortunate enough to do them, and I really appreciate that. But now that I've said my piece, okay, you can stop being mad at me. I've got one thing to address that I think we can all kind of agree on. One Piece demand is hot right now. That is an understatement. It is through the roof. And how do you reduce prices when demand is high? Supply. Now, I'm not hating on Bandai. Absolutely not. They do have a lot of card games, and I think that One Piece is absolutely the best one out of all that. Maybe I'm biased. Am I biased? Maybe I'm biased. You can tell me if I am. If Bandai is able to produce more cards, they're basically printing money. So why don't they? Honestly, I don't know. I think they must be at capacity. Surely it does not help that they have 3 sets back to back. We've got a set in January, set in February, set in March, right? It's crazy. This is unprecedented. And that's because we're trying to get it caught up with Japan's print runs. And I'm sure that they can't just print multiple waves of the same set then. They've got to print one wave, go to the next set, print one wave, go to the next set, print the next wave, which is kind of making things even worse for supply of each set. But more to the point is that if Bandai could produce more cards, I think it'd be really helpful and people would love them for it. I mean, after all, I can go to my local Target, local Walmart, and maybe buy a pack or 2 or 10. I get it. We know this. I have a problem. So anyway, it's okay if you're feeling frustrated, maybe because of current prices, current availability. But if you are, just remember this. You don't have to get cards. You don't. Just because you want something doesn't mean you have like a right to it. And also, if Bandai's printers go, that'd be very nice. I'm Noah, and I hope you guys have a great day.